Welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm David Streggy, and here I'm going to review a short film that I have already reviewed. This is not the first film that I have that brought me to this director's attention, but this is one of the first films that I believe that he was part of and directed with his Fuller Green Productions, because he originally started out as Dad and Chad Productions when he was working with his father, and he has a connection to the Copper Canyon Ranch, which is in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And so one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite filmmakers is he's got a lot of heritage when he first working with his family a lot when he first started out, and now his stepmother has passed, and so has his father, I believe. But anyways, this is a short film called The Switch from 2016, set in the town of Copper Canyon, sometime in the late 1800s. We've got a man who ends up coming into town in one of those towns that no one really trusts anyone else, and he brings with him a metal box. And in a sense, in that time period, he would have been considered kind of like a bounty hunter, with his dress and the way he carried himself. But he had on his person a paper that was signed by a judge that basically makes it so that he can pretty much do what he wants as long as he's not, breaking the law. So all these town folk are like suspicious and wary about the stranger. So when the sheriff, who is played by Chad Fuller himself, and everybody else in the town's folks, some of the women who are a profession of the ladies of the night, whores, so to speak, when suddenly everything, when it was black and white, turns to color, the sheriff has to figure out what is going on, because they're not used to the color being they're not used to everything being all vibrant and colorful and whatnot. So he goes and finds this metal box and pulls the switch down and brings them back into a black and white status. Well, the stranger that had walked into town, he comes back to the box and flips the switch back up, and he is stopped by one of the townsfolk, and he's told to step away from the box, and in a very robotic voice, the stranger tells the person not to touch the box. Well, he does and gets electrocuted. Then we see an old man who I believe to be this stranger, except older. And someone rings his doorbell and says that a lot of people are experiencing some power outages of color. And the thing that I like is that you see in this stranger's eyes like a reddish glow, So it seems like he's got some kind of a demonic spirit within him or something like that. And in a sense, this is kind of science fiction because, you know, the lights, the colors turn from black to white. But I almost wonder if uh, um, this is a film in reference to that. This country, when you first started seeing films, you watched them in black and white, and then there was a time period when suddenly, in like in the late '60s to early '70s, everything started turning into color, and a lot of people were used to that black and white. Uh, Once everything became colorized, it was a new thing at that point in time. So to me, the way the townsfolk reacted and the way people reacted, I'm sure that's exactly what people thought of color for the first time on television. Everything was, you know, not so vibrant. But I thought that some of the characters were unique in this film. There was a gunfight that happened because someone saw a color that looked like it was kind of pansy looking, and there was a fake death that had happened because of this, and it's like it woke up the town. In any case, I thought the acting was pretty decent. I thought the time setting was definitely interesting, and I think I like the area location that Chad uses from time to time. He uses Copper Canyon Ranch in Kentucky, so um, a lot of westerns have been used. Western films have been filmed there, so it's got a lot of history. So, in any case, hopefully you've enjoyed my review. Like and subscribe, and definitely check out my next review if you can. Thank you for listening.